Oh, that was great timing too. What up, y'all?
Live in the building.
Live and direct. Bye, we'll be right back.
Coach Fi, how you doing, bro?
Danny B in the building. What up, brother?
Yes, sir. Man, 4th of July weekend. I'm set, dude. Are you doing anything crazy? What are you doing?
Nah, man, I'm relaxing, man. I had a big family party last weekend, so I'm partied out right now.
Okay.
And I got to get all my juices revved up for Labor Day because that's when I really kind of go, as the kids used to say, that's when I go ham.
Okay. All right. I like it. Yeah, man, listen, I go ham, I go steak, I go beef, I do it all, bro. You know what I'm saying? I do the pork too, you know what I'm saying? For some of the people that do eat it, I know you stay away. Totally cool though. I got you. You know that, bro. Yeah, man. So we're not doing nothing crazy. We're just having like a small group of people come through tomorrow because it's gonna be all rainy today, you know, out in Jersey, Long Island. So
same.
Yeah, so I figured we'll have some people over tomorrow, and we're pretty crazy over here, dude. We're gonna do a hot dog cart first, right? Like first round, all you could do on top of it, relish, you know, ketchup, mustard, all that good stuff, onions, and so that's round one. Then round two, we got heroes. I think we're gonna do Italian and then chicken cutlet heroes, you know, as like a salad kind of, you know what I'm saying? Then we'll chill out a little bit, and then after that, we got a pizza oven in the backyard, outdoor pizza oven, straight up. So we're gonna get that fired up. Yup, we got the dough ready, all that, the sauce, the toppings, whatever you want, and we're just gonna throw them in, dude. We get that thing up to like 800 degrees Fahrenheit. You stick a pizza in there, dude. It takes like 1 minute to cook, 30 seconds,
and it's crispy. Oh my god, yo! Oh my god.
That's the plan for the 4th, and then Monday is just veg. I got some things I want to do. You know what I'm saying? Some work I want to put in, Knicks wise. You know, so I'll save all that for Monday.
No doubt, man. No doubt.
Yeah, 3-day weekend, man. Feels good.
I might smoke a skirt steak tomorrow and then throw it on the grill for a little while.
Man, I love steak, dude. Love it. I love beef, period. So my last name's Burger, so it's kind of just fitting on top of it. You know what I'm saying? Right. But yeah, dude, any beef, man, whatever, steak, burgers, I don't care how it's made. It's just not raw. You know what I'm saying? I need it cooked.
You're not Danny Beef. You Danny Boogie. I saw you. I saw you.
Bro, I'm going to go like this. Bro, I was dying last night, bro. Out of nowhere, my wife starts sending me all these videos from the other room over, and I'm like looking at these like, what the? And one of them I seen like before, like she sent it to my sister and I oversaw it, you know what I'm saying? Right. But the other one I posted with the knees, like I didn't even know she had that. So I definitely was a little gone for those videos. So funny, man. And what's funny is how timely, literally as I'm saying this, I look and my wife just liked that tweet from last night that I put out there. So wherever she is right now, I know she's like, yeah, she's laughing, man.
Nice. Yo, real quick. Yeah, that was beautiful though. If y'all don't know what we're talking about, go on a Knicks Corner on Twitter and just scroll down the wall.
You reposted it?
Of course I did. Of course I did. You gotta see Danny B Boogie, y'all. It is the thing to see. It is. Yo, and thank you everybody for tuning in on this dreary and unusually chilly Saturday afternoon type thing. I'm feeling great. I got my coffee. Up in the building.
You know how we do. It's a little different, a little change of pace from ladies' night. You know what I'm saying? We were drinking a little bit. So Saturdays.
That was an awesome time. Thank you.
It really was.
Every young lady that was on the show. If y'all were awesome. Y'all got great personalities, great on film. It was dope. Everybody who tuned in or chimed in loved the show. You know what I mean? It definitely. And it struck a chord. So
And as Dolan J. Trump would say, the numbers were huge.
The numbers were huge. Bigger numbers of all numbers.
So funny, dude. But yeah, man. So that was good.
Numbers like these. There's in the history of numbers.
So that was a ton of fun, man. And so this week, for everybody watching, tuning in, we got Julito McCullum coming on. Mm-hmm. He's from The Wire, big Knicks fan. I was rocking out with him game 2, out there in front of MSG. So I'm looking forward to him coming through. He'll probably be in another 5 minutes or so. Yeah. So in the meantime, man,
I gotta say it real quick.
Drop it.
Congratulations, former Knick. Suns head coach, Monty Williams.
Yeah, man. Salute.
Knicks just keep. And former Knick Langston Galloway.
Yeah, I was gonna say, dude. I mean, that's the funniest part, dude.
Keep shining, bro. I don't care. You can't tarnish the shine, bro.
Bro, since the inaugural season, there's been an ex-Knick in every singles finals. Every single. And that's the funniest thing, dude. No matter what time of day you're sitting on the couch, you flip on a game, you're probably gonna be you're probably gonna be watching somebody that we used to root for. So
or my favorite part of the whole thing is watching Mark Jackson, Jeff Van Gundy, and Mike. Every time. I'm like, ooh, Knicks.
Always, dude.
Yeah, I settled in. We don't gotta be on the court. We could be on the call. I don't care. We got Knicks.
Yep.
We always there. I love it.
And I want to also just shout out to Jonathan Macri and CP, Knicks Film School, Knicks Fan TV. They did a real sweet collaboration, man. They definitely I feel like Knicks Twitter, dude, lately is just coming together. Yeah, dude, they put out an awesome collaboration episode through Knicks Film School where they did like a video grab bag, when they asked a bunch of people to send in some video questions and, they'd shoot them back and forth, and answer them. So that was really cool. It was a good hour long. They asked me to be a part of it, so I definitely appreciated that. And just the tons of people that were there were great questions, man. Great questions. It made for a real good episode. So if you guys haven't seen that, definitely go check that out.
Well, right on, bro, and word. So we have our first comment. It's not quite a comment, but it's
it's the wife.
Thank you. Oh, there you go, dancing queen.
That's the wifey.
Dancing king.
Yeah, exactly. She's probably laughing at the video she's seeing right now.
Yeah, but she's supporting the show, bro. She's watching the show. Out.
Yes, sir. Shouts to you.
Yo,
love you.
So you were saying,
man, what was I saying? I don't know. Let's get into like some craziness, man.
The practices, because you were on fire. You've been showing Quickly's practices and yeah.
Okay, we can go there,
dude.
Yeah, dude. Just seeing all these videos, of everybody working out.
Yeah, man. I love it. We're back in the gym, bro. Now.
Gym rats, bro. And that was what I saw in that Quickly video that he posted. You know what I mean? The excitement, just that's what I'm looking for, bro. You know what I mean? And that, man, if we could get like 2-3 more Quicklys, imagine that.
We'll have a whole lot of kids. I know that.
Yeah, like if we could take like the the Marvel universe and like Loki itself and just get a whole bunch of Quicklys, manual Quicklys.
State would love you for that.
Shouts to State.
Big shouts to my brother State, man. He's all over that. But,
Sacred timeline, bro.
But RJ Barrett is killing it for Team Canada right now.
Yeah, he is, dude. And
he's filling some big shoes too. Pardon me.
Oh yeah, no worries, dude. I was just gonna throw out. I just I threw a tweet out this morning that he's playing today, 4:05 p.m. Czech Republic in the semifinals. So I'm expecting him to do the same, man. Him and Wiggins have been looking good. A couple other guys on the squad too, And I love the way that Nick Nurse has been coaching.
Yes.
Utilizing RJ in a whole different way. You know what I mean? The offense is kind of flowing through him. So a lot of people are saying, hopefully Tibbs picks up a couple things. I'm sure he will. I was literally
about to say, I'm
sure he will. Yeah, man. Tibbs is good like that. That's why I love our coach, our front office. They know what's up. They know what they're doing,
Yo, quietly, I'm loving Frank too right now. I know he's probably not going to be on the team come the offseason, the completion of the offseason.
I hate to burst people's bubbles, man, but I really don't think so. I don't see it.
But I'm still enjoying watching him having free range with Team
Still
France.
a Nick.
Still in it. And you know what I mean? And they always, I had a conversation with oh man, I forgot who on Twitter this morning, as a matter of fact, like early, for some strange reason, I was up early and on Twitter. It's bad mix, bad combination. Bad combination.
Clearly, that's me late night because I'm throwing freaking videos of me dancing like a fool.
Nah, yeah, you was up a little late and had a little juice last night. that's drunk tweeting if I ever saw it.
Yeah, that was funny, man. That was too funny, dude. The one where I had the glasses on and I'm in like the outfit. I said that's my Clark Kent get up. No Knicks hat.
Yes. I was like, okay, so somebody is on fire right now. Yeah.
Yep.
All right, so yeah, my statement on Twitter was, and it was to Shiwab A12. I just don't know how to pronounce that properly. My bad, but I got love for you. You watch YouTube, so I said FIBA Frank isn't handcuffed, but that's another story. A team that lets him play freely will benefit. That story is sadly over in New York, though, most likely. And his comment was, these videos don't do much for us Knicks fans anymore. We know FIBA Frank is different. Yeah, FIBA Frank is allowed to play without scrutiny, without a whole bunch of folk waiting for him to miss a shot so they can be mad that he missed a shot. It's just his whole, he has no weight on his shoulders when he plays for his country. So he plays a lot better. Every time we see FIBA Frank, he plays better.
He does.
It's like he plays with the joy of basketball. It's like the weight is lifted off of him. So
and we see flashes of it too. You know what I mean? But it's not like he gets enough playing time to show it.
And it's like as soon as something goes wrong, he's yanked.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So it's like he's got to play a perfect 10 minutes. He's got to play a perfect 5 minutes to get 6 minutes. He's got to play a perfect 6 minutes to get 7 minutes. You know what I mean? So
that's how it goes right now.
Somewhere that's just gonna let you play, bro. You know what I mean? And to me, that's what's being fair to him at this point. You know what I mean?
Absolutely, man. Listen, it is what it is, dude. We drafted him. We stuck by him. He was the freaking trade line king, man. You know what I'm saying? The trade line deadline king.
Yeah.
So it is what it is, dude.
If Tibbs can't unlock him, no one can. Nah, it's not that Tibbs can't unlock him. And when Tibbs did play him, a lot of the time, now sometimes he didn't show up, but a lot of the times that he had minutes, he actually provided some really solid minutes.
Yep.
Offensively and defensively. He's just really given such a short leash that you're not really going to see him unless he's able to just play half minutes. And he's not going to have that here.
No, definitely not. And it's unfortunate, but I feel like one knock that you hear on him a lot is that he just doesn't have that motor. You know what I mean? The same type of comments that you hear about Kevin Knox. And I get that. You know what I mean? And in certain times, I feel like the team is now at certain points in the game where we need both. We need the defense and the offense. And so it's like we're not getting that. There's been, and don't get me wrong, there's been times where he's came in and he's hit his threes. You know what I mean? There was that game where he was going nuts, driving and dunking on everybody, right? Earlier in the season. It's just, it's not all the time. You know what I mean? And we need consistency. So.
But he doesn't really play all the time either. So,
but he did have his playing time years prior, not this year specifically, but in years prior.
And in years
and
prior,
I get who was.
I get it. I've never really seen him have what we like to call a leash. Even Kev had a leash, and then Kev got his leash pulled. But Frank never had no leash. From the time he had here, it was Jared Jack, it was Manuel Moutier. He's always had to play.
He was in the wings a lot. You're right.
Intense. And then the fans expecting a high pick and expecting him to turn into something. There's a lot of pressure under him from the time he got here. And then with Phil and then the front office changes and all that bullshit. Pardon my French this time this week. But with all that, we always go back to he's not consistent. What has been consistent in his career? Of everything
the non-existent minutes.
That's it.
The answer.
That's literally no minutes is the only thing, and DMPs for no reason are literally the only thing that have been consistent for this young man in his career with us.
Yep.
So
I try to think of why. You know what I mean?
Literally, because somebody said that part of it is because the fans got mad.
But this is why.
Part of it is because the fans got mad. Part of it is because he didn't show himself offensively fast enough. But
fast enough. That's the key right
there.
But
he wasn't drafted to be an offensive player. I mean,
he was drafted for the triangle.
Which means what? Which means
nothing, because Phil Jackson.
But when you say that, I go back to Kobe and I listen to everything Kobe says about the triangle. And I don't understand how you draft a point guard for the triangle when you don't necessarily need one in the triangle. You just need players to be able to be in spots and know what to do with the ball in those spots. It has nothing to do with a point guard. So I never understood when people used to say, oh, Phil drafted him for the triangle.
It wasn't. So from what I understand from that time, it was because he understood the concept of the triangle the best. Not necessarily that he could play it.
Okay, so for
not
his
necessarily
IQ.
because he's a point guard.
So
yes.
For his basketball IQ.
Yes.
That no one speaks to. And defensively, you see his basketball IQ all the damn time. Not only does he defend the player, he defends the space and the angle. That's
the right way to play defense.
Right. I mean, it's nuts when you really see him in his bag.
Yep.
But you don't really get to see him in his bag. And you rely on, he can't shoot, he's tentative. All that tentative and stuff came from not getting playing time, getting snatched when he makes mistakes, yada yada. When that happens, your confidence is knocked. Of course it is.
Yeah, agreed. But you gotta be like, I feel like things change so fast in this league, and the needs, and you know what I mean. I just feel like the time came and went. He didn't get his shot. No, you're right, and he didn't get his fair shot. But time went on. You know what I'm saying? And next year's draft guys came in, and then fouled.
So he ended up getting trapped in that nice little organic globule.
Exactly.
Terrible space and terrible timing. So again, I said,
and our franchise, you know that.
FIBA Frank, do your thizzle, my dude. Have fun this summer, and
100%.
Worry about next year. And if you're not on the team, I actually hope you're not on the team, because I hope you're in a place that will give you the space to play.
He deserves it, man. He's been around for a while. You know what I mean? Give him one last shot. Give him the time. If it don't happen within one season, it is what it is. Then we know for sure. But you got to give him that.
On that note, we're going to hit y'all with a quick early commercial break, because we got Julito in the building, and we want to get him in and give him his time to hang out with us. So,
yes, sir.
Let's go to the shoe store, Danny, and we'll be right back.
Let's go.
Come on and get your brand new pair of Timbs. That's right, Timbs. Everybody in New York got Timbs. Everybody everywhere, the work boot of the streets is Timbs. Get your Timothys at every bootleg store right now. Only $9.99. Word, get you some Timbs. And now,
dude, I was just checking my shoes, you know what I'm saying, making sure they're the real ones, you know.
Because you don't want to mess around and get you some Timbs.
No. And the first time you played that, the first time I seen that commercial, I was like half paying attention. I'm like, yeah, those are the shoes I want. You were like, no, those are not.
And without further ado, we got actor, screenwriter, father, Knicks fan, Julito McCullum is in the building.
What's popping? What up, y'all?
What's going on, man?
Having me. Thank you for having me. You know, I'm a fan of the show. I'm a fan of both of y'all. So, you know, I'm happy to be here. What's up, man?
You, bro? What's going on, dude? How was R&B hours last night?
Oh, man, it was
2 nights
good,
ago.
man.
2 nights ago.
Yeah, I do it every Thursday at around 10 o'clock, and it's just always a good time. don't know that I got a real dire love for music, and just like I love my Knicks, I love my music. So I said, you know what? A few years back, I said I'm gonna get into this DJing thing, and then from there, quarantine hit, and once quarantine hit, I was like looking for a way to use my talents to support people, and I said, you know what? People be, I saw what DJ D Nice was doing, and I said, I want to do it on my tip, which is the R&B tip, you know what I mean? And we started now, I just got back to doing it because I've been a little busy, but every Thursday 10 o'clock on my IG Live, man, R&B After Hours.
Okay.
Definitely, man. I've been peeping that out. I've definitely been peeping that out. And then the other day, I think earlier in the week too, or Wednesday or Thursday, some pretty cool news came out, man. You got something going with Boris Kojo, Safe Space, I think, right?
Yeah, man. We just shot a movie out in Baltimore. It's called Safe Space. Myself, Boris Kojo, Drea D'Amato from Sopranos, Monica Calhoun from The Best Man, and Nicole Ari Parker, his wife. We shot this movie called Safe Space, man. It's gonna be really good, man. It's coming on Lifetime in 2022, early, probably January, February. But it's gonna be a really, really cool film, man, and I just can't wait for y'all to see it.
That's awesome, dude. My wife and my mother-in-law, they stay on Lifetime, so I can't wait for them to see that. So I'm definitely gonna be pointing you out, bro, 100%.
There we go.
And I'm definitely checking that out.
I know him.
Seriously, for real.
Appreciate it.
So man, definitely, dude. Of course, bro. So last time I seen you, I think was after the last time we won a playoff game. So just to say, that's pretty cool.
Just say we won a
playoff
man.
Yeah, man.
Listen, man. I don't know if it's me or if it's you that we had a good luck charm, because I just want to say every game we went to during the playoffs, they won.
True story.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know, but it was this team this year, man. It's been probably my best year as a Knicks fan. Whether it was watching these dudes be hungry and a team that we were projected to be the worst team in the league and make it to the fourth seed, playoff contender. All the the fellow Knicks Twitter or Knicks world, it's been special this year, man. Being on like the calls at Knicks Fan TV or being on my boy, Nothing But Knicks, Sim and them over there, man. Just being able to really be with the fans. I go to almost every game, but it's just being a part of the Knicks social media world has been really, really a blessing, man. Especially in a year where we needed hope. We needed something.
Oh, yeah.
We needed togetherness. And I think whether it was us arguing about if Frank should leave, or whether it was us hating Alfred Payton, or whether it was us, in love with Julius and in love with RJ and the rest of the squad, man, or the Big 15, it was a special year, man. It was.
It was. There was so many factors that came together and made it special, So it's funny because I always tell people when I hear the hate, like about all the Knicks fans that were going nuts outside of MSG because we won one playoff game, I always cycle back to exactly what you just said. It's not just that we won one playoff game. It's that we had a season that was special. Everything came around and we finally turned the corner. You know what I mean? So it's more like a celebration of that. You know what I mean? A celebration of new culture.
Danny, I think it was also deeper than basketball, man.
Yes.
If you look at what we went through in these last 16, 17 months, it's been a lot of people have lost people. People have felt lonely being in the house by themselves, not able to be around their grandparents, their family. There's people who needed a team like this to feel like we're alive again.
Yeah, and the community around
right?
it.
And when we were out there, Danny, I don't know if you did it. I just took a moment and I just looked around and I just saw multiple times happy and cars like 4-wheelers driving by, beeping the horns, right? If it was Chris standing up on the damn podium on the brick or whatever that was, right? It was a moment for us to feel alive again in a time where we've lost so many people, and it was deeper than basketball for me, brother.
You're 100% right, dude. And I think you nailed it, because I think that's really the underlier of why everybody came together. And it just added to the specialness. You know what I mean? It added another factor, another level to this season. So you nailed it, dude. That was a great take, 100%.
Thank you.
You know, and yeah, exactly as Coach just threw up there, man. Positive vibes only. That's how we've been rocking, man. That's how we do in the Knicks Corner, dude.
Man, look, man, if we've had, I don't know how long y'all been a fan. I was a Knicks City kid when I was 13 years old, right? So that'll tell you the history. But even prior to that, I was, I watched the layup, the finger roll miss. I was there. And if you want to be negative about this Knicks team, something's just up with you, man. At this point,
that's what I'm saying.
Like, we done been through hell and back. We got a chance to get a superstar in the offseason. We got a chance to we got like 4 like promising young players. We have a coach that is about a win now, a winning culture coach. We got a front office that's like ready to. If you're negative about this team, something's just wrong with
It's crazy. We're in such a good position, and there's so much. I think that's what causes so much, not tension, but like drama on Twitter between let's do this, let's do that, let's do that, because we have so many options, and there's no clear-cut way right now that we should go. You know,
I'm actually glad you just said that about Tibbs, because it popped something into my head. Everyone's when Tibbs was hired, everyone said, "Oh, see, look, Tibbs is a win now coach, so he's gonna sacrifice everything to win now." They said that at the beginning of last year, and he didn't actually do it. I think people mistake win now for win later, which means 100%. If we're rebuilding, it's okay to lose now because we're going to win later. That was like a Fizdale kind of thing.
Right.
Tibbs is win now, meaning I know we're rebuilding. That ain't no excuse for not winning this game. We gonna win now.
Exactly. Right. It's not about the players that's out there.
Right.
It's about the culture. The culture. You could have. Listen, we had Alec Burks as our leading scorer of the bench, right?
Dude, Reggie Bullock was a starter.
We had Reggie Bullock, who would probably not see the floor if he played for the Lakers, right?
And he would not be starting.
Right? Win now means like you just said, let's get these W's by any means necessary.
Right now, learn today how to win now.
Now, exactly.
I remember when we played the Lakers, right? And they didn't have LeBron, they didn't have AD, and it was a little bit back and forth, but we ended up pulling out and getting the win. Mm-hmm. And I just remember afterwards when I was doing the recap, I don't care that they didn't have LeBron or AD. Right. We got a W and we're moving on. We need to win. It doesn't matter if we got the win with or without whoever we played against. At the end, when you get to the playoffs, it don't matter who showed up in any of those games. You got those wins.
We didn't have Mitch.
Right, exactly.
We didn't have Mitch. We don't have a starting point guard.
Pretty much. So
we did a lot.
We had our handicap. We won the game.
Exactly. Only that Bucks game, I'm still we should have won by 40 that game. That's the only thing I'm saying.
The Nets game, I mean, man, there was a couple of that we should have pulled out.
We should have won that game.
There was a couple. There was a bunch.
But I was talking about that Bucks game where they had all their bench players play.
Oh, yeah.
That was,
we played down. We
won
down
that
to
game.
Their level.
We won that game, but that's the one that I was
we should have.
Yeah.
We weren't there yet as a team. We didn't know how to, you know what I'm saying? We slowly learned how to do that towards the tail end of the season. So that's the stuff that I really want to see us build on next season. I don't want to see us have to do this all over again. Right. We already got to this point. Let's get, start at this point and keep going, 100%.
100%.
So it's going to be interesting, man. It really is.
How do you feel about all of these wild free agency Nick rumors, man?
Yeah, dude. Hold on. Devil NBA threw up a question. Let's hit that real quick as you're touching it.
Yeah, I put that up.
Yup.
Yeah. For me, well, if you've been a Knicks fan for years, this is just another Knicks offseason, right? Another Knicks media offseason.
Water is wet.
You know what I'm saying? Water is wet, exactly. But this year is a bit different because we now have a winning culture. And when you have a winning culture, the doors are wide open for you, right? So I know for a fact we will have a starting point guard. It will not be a rookie. It will not be a rookie. Right. So if anyone thinks that, because if Tibbs didn't show you anything throughout this this entire 72 games, he showed you he's not ready to play a young guy at that position, right? So we will have a starting point guard, and it will probably be someone who's a star-esque, right? And maybe a veteran, right? So when it comes to these offseason rumors, I'm like, I trust Leon and Wes to know that we're going to make decisions that are beneficial for the culture and for the Knicks team moving forward. And I'm not as in love with our young players as most Knicks fans are, right? I'm not as gung-ho about keeping certain players. In order to make a run, which, you know, I want people to understand also, and I know you all probably agree, is that we've moved forward from rebuild. Okay, we're no longer in rebuild mode. We were the fourth seed. That means we're not going to digress. The goal is to progress, and because of that, we need superstar players. We need players to win. So, do I love Emmanuel Quickley? Hell yeah. Do I love Obi Toppin? I started to like him a whole lot better the second half of the season. If they are players that may have to be expendable, it's gonna have to happen. If there's a Dame Lillard out there, I need people to understand. If Dame Lillard tells the Portland Trail Blazers, I want to go to the New York Knicks, Dame Lillard will be on the New York Knicks. That's just going to happen, right? If Zach LaVine, who is like my future like shooting guard Knicks, like I think he's our guy, right? If Zach LaVine says I'm not re-signing, which I think he told them that already. But if Chicago's smart, they're going to trade him. I'm willing to give a few pieces up for him. If you look at every team that's remaining in the playoffs, they have a superstar player, right? The Phoenix Suns have Chris Paul and Devin Booker. Ayton as well. I'm going to say because Ayton made Anthony Disney look crazy this season, this playoffs. If you look at the Bucks, they have Chris Middleton. They have Bledsoe. Drew Holiday, excuse me.
True. Yep.
They have Giannis. If you look at Atlanta, they have Trae Young. If you look at these teams, they have superstars.
May I interrupt
one
point?
Please.
Because of all of those teams you mentioned, all of those superstars were drafted by those teams, and they added a free agent.
Yeah. Okay.
But all of those gems were homegrown.
We got RJ Barrett. RJ,
right.
RJ, I'm not willing to give up RJ Barrett. That's the only player that I'm not willing to
keep. All I'm saying is perhaps.
Okay.
Just hear me out.
I got you.
Perhaps we, as you so eloquently put, we solve the PG issue with a vet over the offseason.
Yeah.
What if we spin it back one more season? And then at the end of next year, see who emerges to go with RJ. As you said, let me finish this one out real quick. Because Booker had Ayton. That's two homegrowns. Then you add the vet. Giannis and Middleton, first rounder, second rounder. You feel me though? But each of these, Trae and John Collins, they're drafting two. And add the free agent to that piece. To me, that works. So what if either Quickly or Obi emerges to go with RJ? Then next offseason, we bring in that boom because now we've got that right core of homegrowns that we could take forward, just like these other teams did.
My only issue with the Obi situation is that I do not feel Obi will be able to get there because he will not get the minutes, and it's just unfortunate unless
we get there fast enough.
So unless we push him, and I think we should push Obi to small forward. We should work with him over this season to play the three. Put him to the three. If he's playing behind Julius Randle, he's not going to He's not going to emerge.
Right.
Put him to the 3. I think he has what it takes. These 3s are not that fast. I know people are saying his defense, his legs, man. These 3s are not that fast. He can hold the Chris Middleton. He can with one off season working with I never forget
Kenny Payne.
Kenny Payne, thank you. We here, my brother. We here.
Yes,
working with Kenny Payne, working with Yoshi, working with who we got from the Jazz. Johnny Bryant. Working with these guys one off season and then working with Tibbs one-on-one, I think he could get there defensively.
And working with Julius, because Julius gonna have him in his wing this off season.
Oh, they doing them Rico Hines summer runs.
That's what I'm saying.
You know
We've seen them already. Yeah.
I just really if we don't move him to the 3, I don't think it's possible for Obi to be that guy. So let's use him as an option. IQ ceiling is Lou Will. His
I think even more so.
No, his floor is Lou Will. His ceiling to me is
Clay.
I'm gonna say a Monty Ellis.
Okay.
Y'all don't remember?
Ultra streak shooter. Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
We remember.
People do not remember. People do not remember what Steph and Monte Ellis used to do together.
Yo, I used to kill it with him on 2K, bro.
2K.
What Monte did for Indiana prior.
Yes.
Right?
Monte was just a knucklehead, but his offense was nuts.
Mm-hmm. He was extraordinary.
Yeah.
If we give IQ the ball in his hands more this season, and we allow him to really spread the floor a lot more. And
he's going to have to pound the ball, though, and that's what was killing me about Alec Burke. That's my only caveat to that, but I agree with you other than that.
I'm with you. Alec Burke.
Now, where I was gonna poke in before was the free agent class for after this season, this coming season.
Right.
Exactly.
Right.
So I'm totally cool with taking one more baby step this season.
Right.
And then seeing what we got. Now, to coach's point too, I also agree with an RJ, keep quickly, see how long we could keep Drew around and involved, and then add another, superstar caliber type player down the line, know. And I think that's the way to go about it. Just be patient and just keep complimenting the team.
Danny, my only issue is that I personally want to see somebody run with Julius this season before we give Julius the money.
Okay, and I totally get that.
That's my only issue because did Julius have an extraordinary season for us? Of course. Yeah. Is Julius a really, really good number 3 option? Of course. I need to see him with a true point guard, and I need to see him with a solid number 2, right? I agree. Solid number 2 option because I don't think Julius is the number 1 option. So that's my only issue. If we wait until next season, we got to pay him. Regardless of who we take.
So check this out. So this is my hypothetical. My hypothetical is this. RJ continues to do what he's doing for Team Canada in this offseason and comes back healthy and with a new perspective and with more game footage for Tibbs and them to chew up, eat up, and realize how to better use RJ this year than they did last year.
I really think he's going to jump to 20 a game.
I think so as well. This is what I'm getting at. So we bring in a Kyle Lowry type, veteran cat who can still put buckets up, but really knows how to move and put everybody in the right places on the court. Floor general, high IQ kind of Tibbs kind of guy. Who we also know quietly that he really likes Tibbs. But we'll digress. With a Kyle Lowry type, Randall will not be in the same jams that he was in the playoffs. He can't be, because just having a cat like that, you cannot triple team any one person on the court now.
Right.
So,
not to cut you off, Coach, but
because I know we here.
My frustration was they didn't even triple team him. They literally would just have Capella or whoever they're big in the middle was just to lag off of their play and just shadow and just cover. And that was my frustration. It was like, You're not getting triple team, bro. Barely a double team. You just getting nervous when you see Capella put his hand out.
You know what I think a big part of it was while they were doing that. I think that they were doing it very calculated because they were cutting off the spots that were his go-to spots. So I think that's why he took those extra seconds because he's like, all right, where am I going now?
Where is my shot at? I know I gotta shoot it, but where am I going to shoot it at?
Exactly.
And
so he's got to work on that too.
Was rotating around for the right kicks.
Off-ball movement, man. Me and you said it so many times.
So again, I feel like a Kyle Lowry type.
Got to move for each other.
That's really one of the main reasons why I'm not in on the like Lonzo Ball side of the house because I feel like we need somebody
doesn't have enough
really, of it. Right. We need somebody with proven pedigree in those scenarios. And I feel like that'll open up Randall's game and then that trust factor that RJ will have with the organization going forward. Yeah. Maybe the ball's not in Randall's hands as much because now it's in RJ's also. Yeah. Which now takes some of that stress off Randall to be the quote unquote man. It's hard as hell to be a number one guy every single night. Yep. You know what I mean? So, and he
numbers say it's just,
and he learned that, right? And so he learned that last season. Like, oh snap! It really is hard as heck to wear these shoes.
Yeah.
So even if he's, I don't agree that he's. His ceiling is a top number 3. I don't believe that at all. Mm-hmm. I believe he's never really had an opportunity to be a number 1, let alone a number 2 in these other places. And now he comes here and all of a sudden it's all thrust in his lap. And then I say, this is the second year that it was thrust in his lap and nobody's paying attention. Year 1, he was awful, but he was the number 1 guy. What did he do?
He worked, man. He fixed his game. He did what he had to do.
He went from being a sucky number 1 that nobody believed could be a number 1 to a second team All NBA, All-Star, most
MVP players,
number 4 seed. All of that was because of how he felt going into last offseason, if we're keeping it above.
Right.
So why don't I believe he can take another step with this kind of motivation? I think he possibly can.
I wouldn't rule it out. I wouldn't rule it out.
I wouldn't rule it out. I also think if we have a dominant vet point guard, it just may change the dynamic of
the game. And help him open it up and discover things.
I can see Julius Randle adding more points to his PPG and then lowering that 3-point and that assist. But that means a Kyle Lowry. I don't even know who else to name. Kyle Lowry. Like, that's the guy. I think Kyle Lowry is the guy. I don't think Lonzo. I just agree with you. I agree with both of you. I don't think Lonzo has enough to truly take us to a next level. Can he keep us at the 4th seed?
Especially in that window that y'all talking about, in that I'm paying Randall window.
Now, this is the other thing, too, is because I'm all about us getting that 4th seed, right? Yeah. But this year, going into the playoffs, it was tight, man. You know what I'm saying? It came down to every single game for all of them. You know, the Celtics, the Hawks, us. Yeah. So I don't want to put so much weight on the 4th seed. If we could stay from 4 to 6.
Just be competitive, yo.
Exactly. Exactly. Because I don't want to put a cap on it.
Right.
Yeah. So, because I still want them to strive for, you know what I'm saying, strive for the number 1. That's definitely the end goal. Yeah. But I still think that even if they get to the 6th seed next year and we go into the playoffs, we win round 1. Okay. Totally cool. You know what I'm saying? Because it's really just about getting into the game. You know? As soon as you get into the playoffs, regular season's out the window, whole new mentality, you know. So, but I totally agree with you on even if you take the number of the seed that they got this year out of the picture, that gameplay that got them there, I want to keep building on. I don't want to take a step back on that.
Regardless of who we have on the team, that gameplay isn't going anywhere. Tibbs will not allow anybody to come into the system. They'll be sitting immediately. And anybody that comes into the system, regardless of who it is. And that's the thing. We love the Big 15. I'm my favorite probably Knicks team in my life.
Yes.
And at the same time, this team won't look the same. And that's just because we took a 3-year jump in one season in 72 games, so probably a little less than one season, right? We took a 3-year jump. So unfortunately, we may not have the money to afford Nerlens Noel. We just might not. And Mitchell Robinson, he will be healthy, God willing.
Knocking on wood,
right? Like we may not be able to. We may get somebody to take either the Alec Burks or Reggie Bullock's position because neither of them are starting small forwards, right? That's just the lay of the land. People don't understand, man. When you become good, you start to change the look of your team. Your team does not always look the same. From like if you look at the Phoenix Suns, they made one. They added the Crowder and they added CP3 1 year after they started to ascend. That's just the name of the game. And Jay Crowder plays most of the minutes at the small forward position.
He's such a great addition too.
Right?
He really was.
And CP3 is CP3, right? Like they're not the same Suns team from last year. And now that they're going to the finals, I would be surprised if they don't look different next season, right? Like
to remain competitive. Exactly.
To remain competitive, even if they don't have CP3. They're gonna be a finals team.
Candidate,
A candidate, right?
Like a favorite.
They'll be a favorite. That's just the lay of the game. And I think people get so comfortable with the fact that it's our Knicks PTSD, right? Like
it is.
We get so like in love with our players. Like we all love Steve Novak, but Steve Novak was not supposed to be on this team for that long, right? Like we love Jeremy Lin, but like you see what happened when he left, right? Like that's just our team. Be okay with change. We got the right people in part to have the system.
What if
100%?
What if the culture is Big 15? So it doesn't necessarily matter who's on the squad. The culture is Big 15.
We here regardless, bro. We here regardless.
And that's kind of what I think it is. Now that I say it out loud, I think that's the culture.
Definitely is.
The Knicks is Big 15. Everyone on this team, regardless who is on this team, is important and adds something special to what we're doing. As long as that remains the culture, that brotherhood will be interwoven regardless who comes.
Yeah.
And that's what'll be the driving force going forward, in my humble.
I
totally agree.
I agree 100%. And that's why I really want Kyle Lowry on this team.
Bam.
I want people who have a love for either the New York City or the Knicks organization, right? Mm-hmm. If you look at Kyle Lowry, he loves Tibbs.
Yes, he does.
On record, he said that he loves Tibbs as a coach. I believe he has a relationship with Leon. I mean, everybody in the league has a relationship with Leon and Wes, right? But like, we need players that are going to come into this system and fit right in. And I think Kyle will, because I don't feel that Kyle has gotten his just due in Toronto. I'm not sure if he feels truly a part of that culture because he's older. All of these guys are super young. They know they're like pushing Fred VanVleet up to take his spot. Like when you start to have that dynamic in your culture, things start to grow apart. Right. I feel if he comes to New York, he knows he's our guy. He knows he's our guy automatically. Right. And I know him and RJ probably have history, being that RJ's from Canada. He's played for Canada. It's no way that they had it cross paths. I think this would just be a perfect fit for him, to be honest.
I'm 100%
I see with you. Absolutely. I've always been for it.
That was my name from jump, to be honest with you.
Yeah. So, and he plays a remarkable defense.
Yes, he
does. Not many people are going past him, and that shot, if you leave him open, he's hitting it.
He's got shades of Pat Bev in his defense. He really does. You know.
Yeah.
With better offense.
Better offense. He could take 100%. You to the dribble. He could take you to the dribble. He could put the ball on the floor, and he can hit the open shot. That's literally all we missed. We didn't beat Atlanta because we didn't have a point guard that could hit an open shot besides Derrick Rose. But Derrick, he's going to take you to the Baja. He's not necessarily going to hit that open three. The team isn't that confident in him hitting the open three. You get a guy like Kyle Lowry with Julius. No, I could always throw it to the top of the key. Oh, it's over.
And I honestly felt like toward the end of the season and in the playoffs, we were relying too much on Derrick Rose to save us. And that's not his role. His role is to help us to go, but he can't do it all himself. And I think we were relying on him to do that for us a little too much.
Yeah. I want Derrick Rose to stay on the team. I believe he will stay on the team, but
I think so too.
On the bench at limited minutes. And this is coming from one of Derrick Rose's biggest fans.
Because that's what's going to preserve him.
He's the only jersey I owned outside of a Knicks jersey my entire life. It was Derrick Rose, and it was I had an AI jersey, the blue 76ers jersey back in the day. That's it. But I think we keep Derrick. We have a Kyle Lowry. Oh my God, you can't stop that. You can't stop our point guard position.
That makes us real scary, real quick.
Yeah, it does.
And listen, I understand that a lot of fans out there, and then we'll put a button in this because at the end of the day, a half-hour show is now a 50-minute show.
Listen, it's all right, man. People love it.
Yeah, no doubt. But all I'm gonna say about that is, if Kyle Lowry is the right-away answer for the next 2 to 3 seasons, what are we holding the money for?
Right. Plus, let me pop this in because this is something nobody ever thinks about, right? The money in the NBA goes up year after year after year. And I'm going to put the pandemic aside because obviously there's a lot of revenue loss during that year alone, or 17 months like we were talking about before, right? But so the amount of money in the league has been inflating for years now, right? So you see guys' contracts going higher and higher and higher. I remember when the button popped, not to to put a pun on this, but when the button popped like years back, when the salary cap just went up, Mike Conley got the first big contract, and everybody was like, "Oh my God, how did?" Right? So nobody thinks about that concept alone when we're talking about now, right? So we have all this money. The money's going to keep going up and up and up and up. Why are we going to hold it forever? You got to use it, which goes back to exactly what you guys were just hitting on. So at that same token, we got to keep that in mind also, because the money is overvalued at some degree, so
spend that money.
I said it months and months back also. Listen, if we do say Lowry doesn't come here and we have to look at Lonzo, if we have to give him a couple mil extra, so what? You know what I mean? It is what it is. At the end of the day, you see how people like Chris Paul, and Kawhi end up getting traded. It is what it is. We'll make it work.
And
I think sometimes it gets looked into too much.
Indeed. And I've actually said something similar about Nerlens. Mm-hmm. What did we talk about last 2 shows ago, Danny? He made $5 million this year. So if we pay him, say, 15 for 2, that's 7.5 for 2 years. Yep. What's the big deal? And what kind of spot is he going to go to that's better than a team that's in the playoffs and poised to go back and building to go even further in the playoffs versus somebody that might give you 20 mil, but you're going to be on a team in Siberia somewhere that has no playoff chances, but you got a bag.
We'll see, man. If he loves basketball and he wants to stay in this position, he'll take the deal that comes over. But if he's looking to be that guy, you know what I mean? It is what it is.
The only team that has me nervous with Noel is the Portland Trailblazers. That's it.
Yeah.
I think they're going to give up on Nurkic, and I think they want to start in center. They're the only team that really, truly need to start in center. And I don't know.
In Boston, teams like Boston, they go through big guys all the time.
Boston just got Horford again. So
true.
So Portland is literally the only.
I wasn't thinking about Portland. That's a good idea.
They're giving up on Nurkic. I think they're done.
They should.
I think he doesn't fit the mold of that team anymore. But I was just saying this to somebody, man. NBA players talk, man. NBA players know what the hell is going on way before we do, right? Yep. Clearly. And I know there's people texting Dame like, "Yo, Dame, you staying or not?" And I think Jason Kidd probably hit him like, "Yo, you staying? Because if you staying, I'll come. If you're not staying,
100%, dude.
I'm out." But in the way he was like, "I'm out." Listen, man. Dame is on the table this season, man. Dame is on the table.
Totally agree. You just nailed it, dude. It's so true, man. I could almost guarantee that Kid would never have taken it if that was going to be apparent that Dame was leaving. It just is what it is. They'd be looking for a different type of coach. Mm-hmm.
They're out. Dame is out of there, and that's the only. And because of that, I brought that point up. Because of that, I think Nerlens probably had his agent or some good friends or Wes maybe contact Dame and like, "Yo, if you staying, I'll take the bag from y'all. If not, I'm staying with New York." So I think we're gonna keep Nerlens. I do.
All right. I'm curious, man. I really am. As the summer goes on, it's going to be really interesting to see how the team ends up shaping up. Yeah, true. Good point.
Man, listen.
Yeah. So this was a wonderful episode, bro. And please, we gotta have you back on again, man.
Whenever.
Yeah, Julito, man. Whenever you want, dude.
Whenever.
Anytime, bro.
Listen, man. Apologies for my tardiness again.
No.
Never. Y'all doing an amazing job, man. You know, y'all my guys. Anytime y'all need me, just holler at me. But keep it going. Keep it going. And whenever I can join, I'm definitely on.
Dude, and ladies and gentlemen, make sure you check out Safe Space on Lifetime, coming up soon.
2022, it'll be here. R&B After Hours every
R&B After Hours every Thursday on IG.
You know what I'm saying? I am Julito, my Instagram. Follow me there if you like good music. But I got a lot of stuff in motion, and you know, next season I'm gonna be a lot more active when it comes to this Knicks fandom because man, it's just a community, and I'm happy to be. It's fun as hell, and I'm happy to be a part of it. So I don't know if I'm gonna do my old show, but I'll be on nothing but Knicks. I'll be over here at the Knicks Corner. You know what I mean?
Dude.
I'll be.
We'll be linking up at games for sure.
For a fact.
Definitely. So maybe we'll do some type of live from there.
Let's do it.
Mike got to slide you on the Candid Corner also, my
Let's do it. Whatever you need. Get my info. DM me and let's do it.
Bang, bang. Ladies and gentlemen, Julito McCullum of The Wire, of being a great father, of screenwriting, of R&B mixes, of everything, bro.
Yo, and a great member of the Knicks community, man.
Bang, bang.
Thank you again for coming, bro.
Thank you. I'll see y'all soon.
Definitely, man. With that, ladies and gentlemen, we are out. We appreciate everybody hanging out with us.
Man. We really appreciate it. We really
been another week.
Another fire episode, another week, man.
Hell yeah. And I was just going to say, man, keep your eyes open. Me and Coach got content dropping all summer long. So keep those eyes peeled.
Yo, and big shout to Nas at the 25th anniversary of the It Was Written album. Celebrating happy 4th of July and all of that to everybody. Yeah, man.
Hell yeah.
What?
Let's go.
It was a great show.
Yo, thank you again, man. Knicks Corner. This will be uploaded in the next hour. Spotify, Apple, Google, wherever you go to for all of your podcast glory.
Get your content, baby. Bang. We'll see y'all next week.
Peace.